Actually, I was just hearing you talk about the music in this, like the energy
Yes.
itself. Tell me again, who are some of these, and they're all like American icons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big music buff. A lot of when I go and see a film, if they have really good music, it will heavily sway my opinion of the movie. I mean, if you look at like Forrest Gump, I think it has the best soundtrack of all time. And so I'm watching our movie, and I know that they were debating whether or not to go like a hip hop rap or an old school rock and roll route. And so when they had AC/DC, CCR, Band of Horses, Citizens Code, I was so pumped for that. I'm like, yeah,
Totally.
America.
Yeah.
So excited. Yeah, it makes you feel patriotic. It's like it gets your blood flowing, it's fun to see.
Yeah, and that's like to the next level of the whole movie itself. Like you've got all these real Navy folks actually in the film, and you guys were able to work with them, and you worked with Greg. Can you talk about seeing the real modern Navy for the first time in this film?
It's actually the first time I think we've used modern digi-blues in a film. I think it's the first of its kind in a lot of ways, in that we actually used veterans and active military as actors in the film, not just extras, actors in the movie. We focus on everything from heroes of World War II to wounded warriors to active military now. We have the Air Force, International Navy, American Navy, and it's as much as it is military, it's also it's a feel-good movie. I mean, it really does tug at the heartstrings, and so to have the access that the military provided, I think just took the movie to the next level. It made it unique and let us showcase a part of the Navy and the military that no one's seen before.
It also gave it kind of an energy, like you're fighting aliens, but like you're fighting aliens with the fucking Navy.
I know, and the world, by the way. It's like the ships come together and they're fighting, and then the Blue Angels come and save them. I mean, it's like it's so international, which I think is really cool. And it's funny because Jesse Plemons and I are the only American citizens that are actually in the movie. So we had this huge international cast showcasing an international military, and it made it feel like badass. Like, yeah, we're saving the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and while you're saving the world, I was asking Taylor, like, kind of in the back of both of your minds are like, oh, my love's out there. Can you talk about your Sam's relationship with Hopper and his kind of fuck up at the beginning?
Of course. And I think she loves that about them. I think Sam loves that Hopper is really a work in progress. I mean, I think most girls see a guy and they're like, oh, he's got potential. It's a fixer-upper. And I think she sees that with him. And I think she loves that Hopper will go to any length for her, including getting tased for a burrito, which is ridiculous. And so I think as an audience member, you really want to root for these two characters to get back together. And that little bit of history you see with the opening scene provides kind of the groundwork for what the relationship could be. And I think there's something special about that. I mean, as Pete said, we're not remaking The Notebook by any means, but it's nice to have some part in there.
Totally. And so there's the love, but then there's also that dynamic with your dad, with Admiral Shane. And so that kind of puts an added pressure on you and on him. And can you talk about the relationship between Shane and Hopper?
The Admiral's daughter. Yeah, I think, the Admiral Shane is the kind of guy who, again, no one's good enough for his daughter. I mean, at the end of the movie, Hopper literally says to him, I saved the world. And he's like, that's still not good enough for my daughter. I mean, it's so good. It's so classic. And, I mean, Liam Neeson plays Admiral Shane, and he's this big, imposing character. So I feel like Taylor Kitsch could easily be scared of Admiral Shane.
Totally.
Because of Liam.
Totally. Last, probably, Pete, in another interview said, he made this movie with the intent for, like, the 12-year-old boy in all of us. How does that offer to the 12-year-old boy in anyone?
For all of us. I mean, it's as actors, you're supposed to be terrified of a piece of pink tape on a light that's supposed to be an alien, and that causes you to go and reach out to your inner 8-year-old, 12-year-old imagination. And so to actually see it come to life, I feel like, again, the music plays into it, the patriotism plays into it, the fact that we have this really fun new cast. I mean, it really does. It taps you into that 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old little guy inside of all of us who just, you want to grit your teeth and go fight something. It's fun. It's a really fun movie, and as actors we had to tap into that, and so we hope the audience can tap into that as well.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
It was really good to meet you. I'll tell Brandon you said hi.
Thank you.